Good morning.
Good morning.
Today marks the day we are going to take a 1,000-mile road trip down south.
In this amazing life, we often alternate from sitting and mastering our routine and working and being productive, and then we go on this crazy week of a lot of driving, a lot of exploring, and a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and that's what we're doing now.
It's going to be one of those weeks. We've decided that we are going to do long travel days instead of short travel days. And what I mean by that is if we have, let's say, 300, 400, 500 miles to go, we're going to do that in one day instead of 2 days, so it doesn't disrupt 2 days of our schedule, and we'll just power through and do one. Because even a short travel day interrupts everything. We woke up at 4:45 this morning, thanks to Louie. It's now 7 o'clock. And we're just getting on the road.
Yeah, so previously we used to like to keep our max at like 350 miles. That was like a good, comfortable, I wouldn't say leisure, but it was a good full day without feeling like, oh, this is super, super long. And I think we're gonna try to push that limit. Today, we're gonna try to do 500 as a minimum. We wanna get at least half of it done so that tomorrow we don't have to pick up the slack. And we'll see how many miles we can get in one day. We do have a few major cities to drive through or around, so I don't know what timing will look like for that. I think we'll be okay, but...
Are we gonna avoid tolls today?
I did not see any tolls on the map route.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, do we need to use the bathroom before we get going?
I do not.
Okay.
We, the royal we, might. So in the last travel video, we were kind of talking a little bit about our orange water and the Berkey and water filter systems. And somebody made a comment that he has an outdoors RV and they travel with full tanks of fresh water, a full freshwater tank. And we honestly do too sometimes, you know, when we're going boondocking for a week or 2 weeks, you know, we got to fill that tank up where we can and then drive out to where we're going. So this particular trip, we're only going to be out for a couple days, so I didn't want to fill the tank completely full. There's just no need for that, but we do want to shower.
And the water is super rusty.
We do have a bad stint of water coming from Indiana.
Dirty water. The water streak continues.
But I was thinking about it, and it brought up a good question in my head that I want to ask is, you know, how many people actually travel with full tanks of water? Are they concerned with it being too heavy? With the brackets that hold the tanks, is it gonna be fine going and traveling hundreds of miles?
I think there's definitely people that do fall into that category, but I think there's gonna be more people that fall into the category of making their gas mileage more efficient.
Well, there's lots of good reasons to have some water in your freshwater tank, even if you're just at campgrounds.
I would say there's more reasons to have water than to not have water.
How many times have we been at a campground where the water's just out for the afternoon?
It goes out, sometimes 24 hours.
Yep.
And you're limited to whatever's in your tank.
Mm-hmm. And then on your travel day, it's just nice to have water for washing your hands or flushing the toilet or something like that. It's kind of almost an anxiety thing when you run out of water and that pump turns on. Just the last episode, we ran completely out and you know, we had to spend a half an hour filling up a 5-gallon bag of water at a rest area just to pump some water in.
Yeah, well, that's a really interesting topic to discuss, and I'm on team fill it up. We're going at dry camping. We're going to be at probably a Cracker Barrel the night, a Harvest Host the next night, and the night after.
And that brings up another point. We didn't even talk about where we're going. We're going to one of the most hopefully fun harvest hosts in the entire country because it's right downtown New Orleans.
We're going to the Big Easy.
A few minutes from the French Quarters. Ooh, we are progressing along quickly. It's one of those fast-paced travel days, and we just hit Nashville. Well,
no.
We just hit Tennessee. Not quite Nashville, Tennessee.
We've been driving 9.5 hours. We got 460 miles done. So we're almost halfway mileage-wise, which is good.
We're just trying to make it to the other side of Nashville.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how far we can get. It's 3 o'clock right now. We just hit the hour change a little while ago, so it's getting kind of late. And we're just gonna do a quick little rest area stop. Louis probably needs to pee a little bit.
Louis got stung by a bee at the last rest
he
area.
did, yeah. That wasn't good.
So we've been keeping an eye on him. The poor guy.
Yeah.
He's been sleeping pretty hard. I think his body is recovering.
Yeah. So we're picking out a Cracker Barrel on the road, and I can't believe it, but tomorrow we're gonna be in New Orleans.
It's a crazy feeling that you can be way up north one day and then like just change where you are like that.
I am crashing right now. I am so tired. I think I got like 4 to 5 hours of sleep last night.
Yeah.
I tried to drive a little bit, and I got Chris about 80 miles reprieve. And
Aaron did 80 miles. He was yawning. He said he's done, and I said, well, thank you for the 80 miles. We're a team.
not a bad little Cracker Barrel spot. It is hot in here though. Too hot. It's 92 degrees outside. It's 5 o'clock at night. The real test, Chris, is gonna be us running the air conditioner all night long. We have
all night long.
Okay, no singing. We have a 10-hour drive tomorrow. So
Yes.
we're gonna be fully charged back up, hopefully by tomorrow night.
Yes, I follow. I'm with you.
And it's gonna be 94 degrees in New Orleans, so we're gonna need that air conditioning again. And again, that's the beauty of this DC fridge, is that our solar now all goes to our batteries and charges our batteries up.
Yes,
At least that's the plan.
that's the plan. Today was a good day. Today was a good day. I'm tired. My body's tight. I need to do some stretching.
Yeah, we need to maybe take Lou for a big walk or eat. We should eat first, and I don't know. We need to unwind from driving all day.
Let's relax a little bit.
That was almost 6 to 6, 12-hour day. Half hour short of 12-hour day.
Yeah. But that's what we came in mentally prepared for. And
Yeah. Now we're half done, and tomorrow we're going to be in New Orleans.
yes, I'm so excited. Yes.
Well, good morning from Cracker Barrel. It's 5:45 in the morning. We got up at 4:45 this morning. Was that early?
Yeah, we got up at 4:45. I looked at my watch. It said 5:45 because it hadn't reset time zones yet. So I said, oh, it's 5:45. We got to get up and go. And then we were up and I said, oh, it's 4:45. Yes.
Still took us an hour to get out of Cracker Barrel. You know, we took Louis for a big walk. We made coffee. I'm not sure why it takes us so long to get out. But anyways, great early start for our big 489 mile travel day today. We're headed all the way to the Harvest Host Brewing Company in New Orleans this morning. And it's gonna be a nice, easy, beautiful drive.
So we have 7 hours left on the map. Yesterday, 7 Google hours took us 11, almost 12
Real.
actual hours.
It was a long day. We had a good night's rest sleep, and
We slept hard.
Yeah.
We still have sleepy voices right now.
Yeah, I'm excited to be done with this driving. But the update on the air conditioner, it was very comfortable last night, wasn't it?
Very comfortable.
I set it at about 75, and then I moved it down to like 72 because it kind of warms up at night. Outside, it was overnight high 60s, so it was still pretty warm, and then it was like up to 90 as a high yesterday. So we woke up with 48% battery. So that's roughly what it takes us to run our air conditioner all night long. When it's in the high 60s, maybe low 70s overnight. Now the test is, we're at 45% right now.
Will it charge up?
After making coffee. And yes, the big test is, will it charge up by the end of the day? We don't know if we're gonna get sun or not. That's gonna be like the big
variable.
The big easy variable. Heat advisory here in New Orleans.
We knew it was gonna be hot, but this is like a little bit hotter than what we expected.
Yeah, some of the problem with arriving when it's like early like this, 3:30, then you still have the hottest part of the day, where if you're driving until 6 o'clock at night, then it kind of cools down a little bit, but it's 97 degrees outside, it says.
This is a day where I wish we had a generator.
Yeah, the only few times we've wanted a generator is when it's close to 100 degrees, and there's not a lot of shade here, so we're not sure exactly where we want to park. We've been kind of
Hemming and hawing.
putzing around for 10
We've been hemming and hawing.
I mean, I was just standing outside guiding you. I was sweating.
I believe it, yeah.
All right, our batteries say it's at 100%, but our voltage reading is at 13.4, which means it's not quite at 100%, but it's pretty close. It's in the 90s. We had a little reset of our battery monitor, so it wasn't accurately charging our batteries up. So
if that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry. It didn't make sense to me either. And then Aaron briefed me. I had a little power lesson in the truck during the 1,000 miles here. And I actually caught onto it, and it makes sense. So it's just a calibration issue, really, and a setting of your max 100.
Yeah, exactly. You need to tell your battery monitor what voltage it needs to charge to so it can go up to 100%, and then the 100% to 0 is accurate.
Exactly, he said.
But right now, it's not accurate.
Right now, I am pumping out sweat. So here's the deal. We parked. We were shocked by the heat. We went inside to check in, and while we were there, we met the bartender. She's super nice, very friendly. Justina, thank you for being so welcoming. They were really happy to see Louie. So we sat, we had a sour. We did ask if by chance, hey, do you have an outlet out there that we could plug into? No, they don't, which is fine, because why? Harvest hosts don't provide electric, and you should never assume that they do. But we thought we would check our luck.
You can run your generator here.
You can run your generator.
And we are going to run our air conditioner here off the batteries, so we're going to get cooled down.
Being in this heat, it reminds me of being in the van. It reminds me of our first 6 months before we had battle horns, before we had lithium, when I would literally stand in the van and just drip sweat like I'm dripping right now. And that was just the way that life was. And when we first got into RV, when we had our regular AGM batteries, that's what life was. And since then, we've become very soft and cushy. And especially the past 6 months with being on the East Coast, we've been plugged in. So even when we're out on the West Coast and boondocking, like, we have to be a little bit more rugged and, you know, less AC less often.
So when it's 95 degrees outside, inside the RV, it's like 105, and it's really hard to cool them down without being plugged in. We have all the windows open. The max air fans are running just to kind of circulate some of the air, and it's just, you just drip with sweat when you're in here. That's why we got to run the air conditioner. But when it's this hot out and it's this early, it just doesn't make sense. We don't have enough AC to run that full blast while it's 95 degrees outside. So we're gonna head inside and have a little no-cook meal.
It also doesn't make sense to cook in here. So we're gonna add some sodium back into our body with this delicious salami. And we're just gonna do a little charcuterie with some vegetables and some meat and cheese and some rice cakes. Louis is doing really good. He actually prefers the heat over cold. He's drinking a ton of water. He's in the shade right now with the breeze. And we're gonna head into the AC and we're all gonna cool down. And we're gonna just basically camp out with Justina for a couple of hours.
Yeah, we can go check out the upstairs of the brewery.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a little tour for there. Yeah. Tour in there. Dashed it inside into the nice AC, and of course Justina wouldn't let us sit anywhere else except for up here with her, bringing us in and welcoming us with open arms. So we're tasting some of everything, which is good because normally we just stick to IPAs, so this is a good way to get us to taste other beers. And we really like this one. I'm not sure which one it is. We'll have to ask her. But Louis is eating. We have a couple hours to burn. It's 6 o'clock. That sun's gonna go down, and then it's gonna be a nice way to relax after driving for 1,000 miles in 2 days. You know, it's pretty exhausting. The reward is very high. Like I mentioned earlier, it's crazy to be in one part of the country one day and then the opposite part of the country the next day.
We just got back in from the brewery. It's 94 degrees in here. It is.
Oh, I suppose I should take my sweatshirt off, huh? What are we gonna do? Crank the AC?
Yeah, we're cranking the AC and praying for the best.
Louis had the most fun play date inside of there. He met a girl named Rosie.
He did love Rosie.
He was showing off. He was showing off the whole time. Oh man, he was courting. He was trying to be a gentleman. He was flirting. He was flexing and flirting all night long. You're so handsome. Yes. We had a great time.